Hey fish friends, Zenzo with Tazalba Tanks. I want to thank Jay for inviting me to do a collaboration video. Jay sent me a message and wanted to know what I thought about substrate. What would be my favorite kind of substrate? And I had to give it some thought, you know. I've done gravel, and I have tanks with gravel. I have tanks with sand. I have bare bottom tanks. I have done dirted tanks. I have crushed coral in tanks, and I have aragonite in tanks. So I've pretty much done almost all of the different kind of substrates, not including some of the planted substrates like EcoComplete and things like that I haven't played with a bunch yet. But anyway, I gave it some thought, and I thought about the different types of fish that I like and what my main focus is. My main focus is African cichlids, even though I do keep live bearers and I keep you know, Central American fish and things like that. I do love African cichlids. So my go-to choice of substrate is aragonite. And the reason why I like aragonite more than I like crushed coral, and I love crushed coral, and I have crushed coral in a few of my tanks, but the reason why I love aragonite is it has the buffering qualities that crushed coral does as well. But it's a finer, not quite sand, but it's like a very coarse sand, or like a large grain of sand. And it looks beautiful when it's clean, it's white. So both of these tanks have aragonite in here. This has some kind of a mixture of gravel in there. And they dig and all kinds of things. And of course the shell dwellers make mountains and valleys. But aragonite is great. You know, it's clean, it's nice to look at. And it's not as fine as sand, so it doesn't get sucked up in filters the way sand does. And it has all the great buffering qualities that you want to have for your African cichlids, whether they be Malawi or Tanganyika, etc. So Jay, thank you for the invite. I love your energy. You are like the ultimate hype man, and looking forward to catching up with you soon.
So the question was posed, what substrate do I prefer? And while I've used the chintzy gravel, the colorful stuff, and regular gravel, and regular sand from Carib Sea, I highly recommend and prefer Carib Sea sand. Now I use a lot of the Sahara sand and add my own Carib white, which gives the look that I desire. So when it comes down to it, it's gonna be sand 9 times out of 10, unless I'm doing something completely different. I've used aragonite. I've used the crushed coral. Matter of fact, I still have a little bit of crushed coral within the 75-gallon that we have. But at the end of the day, sand from Carib Sea is where it's at, because I know exactly what I'm getting. I don't have to worry, and it works well for the uses that I need. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Tasmanian crazy Mr. Buff Guy, with his take on substrate and what he prefers. Please hit the subscribe button. Leave your comment below what kind of substrate you use. You know what's next. Holla!